everyone, how's it going? This is Dave, and I'm joined today by an extremely special guest who came up from San Jose to come visit the Miner Studios offices here in San Francisco, and that's Chris Sprinkle, aka Bigdrip681.
Hello, everybody.
It's very nice to meet you, sir.
Very nice to meet you.
Thanks for stopping by. How was the?
We met 3 hours ago.
Yeah, that's all right. How was the Caltrain ride up this morning?
It was okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
Pretty. It was Caltrain. What do you want?
Yeah, I mean.
I just put on my headphones the whole time.
Yeah, you get a lot of good podcast time.
Queen and Daft Punk, and that's
it. Very good, very good. Well, we're just going to ask Bigdrip here, or Chris, however you want to call him. What do you want me to refer to you as today?
Whatever. I don't care.
He's dressed up for the occasion, as you can see.
Do you like my tie?
Yeah.
Is it straight?
Yeah. So we're gonna ask a few questions because if you've ever played Atmosphir, of course, you've probably come across a lot of this guy's levels. Everything from Super Mario Land 3D to Solstice Castle to the Temple of the Spider Queen, and just wanted to talk to him about his experiences with Atmosphir and some of hopefully some of his design process to help us in making Atmosphir a better game, and as well giving maybe some tips and tricks to you guys out there. So first, how long have you been playing video games? What's your farthest back video game memory you have, do you think?
My earliest video game memory is going to Toys R Us with my brother. We bought the 8-bit Nintendo and brought it home, and we fired up Super Mario Brothers and fought over who was going to get to play longer, and my brother got really mad because he couldn't beat it, and so he threw the controller across the room and broke it, and then we had to go back to Toys R Us and buy more controllers. Yeah.
Nice.
I started doing level design when we bought Excitebike.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
It had that racetrack editor.
That's right.
And I'd make all kinds of crazy levels at 5 years old. And then I'd do a little Excitebike.
Yeah.
And then I'd have huge hills and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Back in the golden age, if a game had a level editor, I didn't really care what the game was, I would buy it.
Right.
Just because it had a level editor.
Right.
Just because I wanted to build things.
Right.
Because I'm crazy about building things.
Yeah.
Because I waffle blocks and Legos and it never ends.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you feel that when you make a level, what's your main rationale for making levels? Is sort of you enjoy that experience? Do you like it when other people give you feedback? Is it just things you can never do except in this environment? Do you have aspirations to become a video game designer?
I actually wanted to be a video game designer for a while, but then I realized how hellish it is. So I decided that wasn't for me. But yeah, I love creating something, and then the thrill of having someone go and play it and get enjoyment out of my creation is amazing.
Right.
It's the most amazing feeling in the world. They're jumping around in your level and you just spend hours doing it, and it's wow, they're playing in my world, in my play field.
Yeah.
It's like Legos, but for real.
Yeah.
But fake.
Atmosphir. It's like Legos for real, but fake.
There, I just gave you your slogan.
Here's a
Write that down.
$20. Yeah, thanks for that. So yeah, no, I totally agree. It's Legos, you build it and you can play around with it, but when you add a time limit to it and extra lives and monsters, it adds this interactive element that's a different. That's at least how I saw it.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
Well, thanks. When did you first hear about Atmosphir? How did that first happen?
That's a good question. I think I actually heard about it about a year before I actually started showing up to the forums and stuff.
Interesting.
But I didn't download it because it didn't look like it was ready. It was still 1.0 beta or something. And it didn't look like it was really playable yet.
Right.
And so I kind of ignored it. And then as I was running around bored one day looking for game engines and that kind of thing, and I stumbled on it again, and then I was like, well, it's 1.0 7 now or whatever. I'll try it and see if it's actually any good, because most of these game engines and level editors and stuff they're either too complicated or they're too easy and too restrictive.
Yep.
And I started playing around with the editor, and it seemed to be like just the right amount of balance, and then you can just click the button and upload your level, and then people are playing it. It's like, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, it's so easy.
Yeah. Well, good. Glad to hear it. What do you think makes Atmosphir different from other games that you've played?
I think what makes it different is that it's all sorts of elements that you're familiar with,
right,
that you can put in all sorts of different ways. So even though you've played platformers before and things like that, it always feels like new or fresh, because you can do all the different things with it.
Right. So probably a lot of people out there, and you've done this through a lot of your design tutorials that you've put out on YouTube, which have been great. I love watching them. They always have a nice sense of humor to them as well, which is nice. Not the typical dry, here's what you have to do for the tutorial,
Oh God, those put me to sleep.
So what is, if you can explain somehow how your design process is, because a lot of times you come up with these huge epic levels with big concepts, and it'd be interesting to hear how you go about, like, how do you tackle these huge levels that, you said, like, the Mario level took you over a month to do.
Yeah,
how do you,
that was insane.
How do you tackle these sort of things from the beginning? What's your sort of thought process and design process like?
It depends on the level and the concept. So, for instance, with my Mario level, all I was thinking about was building a huge Mario. Like, there was nothing else.
Yeah.
Like, I just spent 2 weeks building that darn Mario.
Right.
And I kept having to tear him down and build him back up because I could only see the 8-bit Mario from one side, so I had to guess on the other side because he wasn't, straight. He was running, had one leg up and one leg up and one arm up and whatever.
Yeah.
So I had to do a lot of just winging it.
Yeah. And
it was really hard. But after that, and actually, my original concept was for you to only be inside Mario, right? Mm-hmm. But I realized that what would be the point of spending all this time making a huge Mario level if you're only inside the Mario? Then you can't see Mario. Right. All you see is a bunch of blocks, right?
And that created so much work for you then.
Yes, exactly. So then I decided and I had all this stuff inside the Mario, I had all these spike traps and things, and I scrapped all of it, and then I started building outside the Mario, and I started building the warp pipes, and then I add the mushroom, and I hate that mushroom. It looks horrible. But I was just too lazy to fix it, and the big block, the big question block and everything. Yeah. And then I added the clouds, and so it just kind of evolved into this thing that I hate because it just took so long.
But it's a lot of fun to play. I mean, it's a great experience.
But if I ever wanted to, I would definitely go back and fix it, because I think that I could add more fun stuff to that level. I think that as far as the gameplay is concerned, it's a little bit plain. You just jump around. But I would probably go back and add more traps and puzzles and stuff. But
Gotcha.
I'm lazy.
There's other things.